Well, he's a cutie pie. I might put him in Potomac. Okay, yes. Yeah, he can come right on to Potomac.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy RHOA. We are back with another video. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Hit that notification bell button because you don't want to miss a single drip drop of the news, gossip, commentary that we're talking about here on this channel. Listen, if you guys haven't done so already, also please follow me on Instagram and Twitter at DJRichieSkye and hit me up at RHOA@gmail.com for brand collaborations and other good questions that y'all might have. Let's get into the video. First of all, I want to say this video is sponsored by... Okay, it's not actually sponsored by these, but y'all, I just rediscovered my love for crackling. Listen, pork rinds. If y'all not down with it, you need to get down with it, get down. Comment below if you are into pork rinds or crackling. Let me know what flavor you like as well. Anyway, y'all know World Pride was this weekend, right? So aside from Lil Nas X potentially coming out as gay, we had a lot of the ladies from the Housewives shows in New York on the New York City World Pride parade float for Bravo TV. So that includes the likes of Cynthia Bailey, Nene Leakes, Eva Marcille, Reza from the other show on Bravo, Shahs of Sunset. We had Tinsley Mortimer, Dorinda, we had Sonja Morgan, we had Teresa Guidice, we had Melissa Gorga. A lot of your faves, Leanne Locken. And side note, I don't know if you guys are Real Housewives or Dallas fans, but if you guys aren't, you have to check it out. It's really, really good. Leanne is my girl. I've interviewed her several times on AfterBuzz TV and even hung out with her afterwards. And when I tell you guys that, like, you sometimes haven't worked in this industry for a while, like you end up meeting people and you just be like, damn, like, I really like this chick because she is just so cool, so giving, so kind. And just a ball of energy. So that's that. But anyway, let's get into the real good juice that I know that you guys are actually looking for, because there was a little bit of drama apparently behind the scenes at the Bravo float, and let's get into what exactly happened. Now, the sources over at the Media Takeout, and you know we sometimes give them a little bit of a side eye. They are saying that the Real Housewives of Atlanta attended the Gay Pride in NYC events yesterday, and a lot of interesting things happened. Most interesting is that Nene Leakes kicked fellow housewives Cynthia Bailey and Eva Marcille off her side of the Bravo float, is what they are alleging. Media Takeout News was there to witness all the drama at the event. And we have a lot of tea to spill. First of all, a few of the housewives did not make it to NYC for the parade, like Tanya Sam. Portia Williams and Kandi Burruss did not fly down to New York for the festivities. We're told that the three ladies had other commitments and couldn't make it. And we hear that the Bravo execs, and in particular Andy Cohen, were furious that they didn't make it to the event. Now, Media Takeout, I don't know how accurate that is because it looks like these were the only three that were slated to be there. So he's saying that Eva Marcille, Cynthia Bailey, Marlo, Hampton, and Nene Leakes were all at the event, but only 2 of the 4 were allowed on the main portion of Bravo's float. Bravo rented out a float which made its way down the parade route, and all of the housewives in attendance were scheduled to ride on the float. Multiple insiders told us that Nene complained to Andy and other Bravo execs that she didn't want Cynthia and Eva, whom she fought on the last season of Housewives, near her on the float. One insider explained Nene told Andy that she didn't want Cynthia or Eva near her, so they were told to stay on the far side of the float. We're told that the 2 Atlanta housewives agreed to stay at the front of the float without incident. Cynthia and Eva seemed to have a good time. Oh, and by the way, the entire incident was captured by Bravo cameras and will appear in the upcoming season of the Atlanta Housewives. So, Media Takeout is basically saying that Nene and company had Cynthia and Eva relegated to the front of the boat while she took residence in the back. Now, that could be true. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like it's something that could happen. Like if it's somebody that I'm beefing with and I got enough clout at the network, I might tell them, listen, keep them girls away from me because I don't want no drama today. You know what I'm saying? Today is all about pride and I don't want to have no craziness at this event. But, you know, even if you do that, then that causes drama too, because then that gets back. But listen, our good friends, Housewives of ATL, posted some interesting videos of Eva kind of going in about something, which leads us to believe that some of this might have been true. Let's take a look at this.
Everybody got their favorites, and that's fine. The beauty is I've been a fan favorite prior to Housewives. I've been doing this thing called entertainment, television, movies, TV shows, way before Housewives. From Everybody Hates Chris to Young and the Restless, Smallville. So I think I love my wife. And the list goes on. So, if you love me, great. If you don't, that's totally fine. Nobody, but I will send your ass back. And if you came for me last season, you're dead to me. You're dead to me. You're dead to me. You're dead to me.
Now, once again, I want to shout out Housewives of ATL on Instagram for that video clip, which we did see. Now, that was several video clips kind of merged together, but I wanted you guys to get an idea of exactly what Eva was talking about. And do you guys think that she was throwing shade at a particular housewife? Because I feel like Eva about to be the jump off this season. I feel like she about to be the one to bring it this season. And I'm interested in seeing how this whole situation plays out, particularly because she's pregnant. And ladies, let me know down in the comments, is this type of drama healthy for the baby? You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of feel like, in my mind, I'm like, I feel like you're supposed to be stressed when you're pregnant, right? But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of housewives have appeared on the show, just like Monique, Portia. You know, so many housewives have done the show. Phaedra have done, Candy have done the show pregnant. So I want to know what y'all think about this. You know, or do you think it's best to take the Kenya Moore route? When you get pregnant, you take a year off from the show for whatever your reasons are, but to ensure that the pregnancy goes well. Let me know what y'all think about this, because obviously I think Eva's kind of done it before. She was pregnant at the end of one season, so it should be interesting to see how she makes it through this entire pregnancy, but also being on the show as well at the same time. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about that, because I really don't know, but either way, we wish her the best. All right, so listen, that wasn't the only drama that went down at the New York City Pride Parade. Listen, I wish I could have been there, because this drama seems epic. I want to get into it, then I want to let y'all hear exactly what happened. All right, so Media Takeout is also reporting this. It says the Real Housewives of New York stars Tinsley Mortimer and Sonja Morgan got into a heated verbal altercation, and both women appeared to be drunk and possibly high. The incident popped off yesterday as the two ladies were driving to a Pride event in New York City. The altercation started when Tinsley confronted Sonja about being insensitive to her when she was allegedly abused by her boyfriend. It started off with the two yelling at each other when Tinsley, who seemed very inebriated, put her fingers and hands in Sonja's face. But Sonja didn't back down. Instead, she started yelling back at Tinsley and put her hands in the rival housewives' face. Sonja joined the cast of The Real Housewives of New York City in season 3. Since then, she has been a staple on the reality show. On the show, Sonja is known for being very outgoing, frank, and straightforward. Tinsley joined the cast of The Real Housewives of New York City for the show's 9th season in 2017.
Wait, Sonja, say do not touch the Morgan papers.
Say nice. And then they say to me to you. Say thank you. Don't understand. Say thank you for the house. Thank you for cleaning. I literally walked in after being abused mentally, physically by a man. I walked in
back.
Within a month.
It's not about you.
She had a bad mugshot.
Why is it always about her?
No,
I did not.
Can I tell you what's
That's
happening?
bullshit. You know what, Sonja Morgan? Hey, if you're gonna
outside of the car. We can't do this outside of the car.
Come on,
No, in the car, okay. Out of the car, not okay.
Let's go. Did I bring on the show?
No. Out of the car, not okay.
Let's have fun.
Let's have fun.
Did I bring on the show?
The doors are open. No more.
I did not.
Listen, that was some stuff right there. And I'm trying to figure out who was recording this. Was it Kelly Dodd? Because I felt like it was Kelly Dodd. And if it was Kelly Dodd, you are one messy girl. You know what I'm saying? And in case y'all don't know who Kelly Dodd is, she is on The Real Housewives of Orange County. She's kind of a fan favorite since she joined the show because she's very outspoken. And she's rumored to be at the center of a lot of the drama this season on the show. So I'm hearing that we're going to be getting a preview or a trailer for the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 14 this week, and maybe even as soon as today. And guarantee you, we're going to be talking about it right here on this channel, because I know a lot of you guys mainly probably only watch Atlanta. A lot of you guys watch Potomac and maybe even New York, but I don't know if a lot of you guys really get into OC, but they always bring the drama, and those are some of my favorite ladies as well, especially Shannon and Dora. But I digress. What I think about this whole situation with Tinsley, I feel like Sonja's taking a whole lot of credit for a lot of things with Tinsley, and I feel like she almost shades Tinsley at every point, but I also feel like she does so because Tinsley is an easy target. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she's not willing to go head to head with Dorinda anymore. She's really not trying to go head to head with Bethany, or really Ramona for that matter. So I feel like Tinsley is a safe bet for her to feel like she could win the battle and for it to remain entertaining. Now, am I here for the drama? Yes. Am I glad somebody recorded it? Yes. Do I wish that they would have captured it for next season? Yes. But do I feel like this will solidify Tinsley's place on the show? Yes, I do. And it should. Because if she was included in the float, that's probably a key to us thinking whether or not she's going to be back for the next season. And I think with this beef between her and Sonja, she's definitely guaranteed a spot for the new season. But I want to know what y'all think about this. And let's get into the fact that it's saying that she was abused by a boyfriend. Now, which boyfriend is this? Is this Scott, or is this the one that she had the mugshot over for domestic violence back in the day? Because, you know, Tinsley had been arrested down in the West Palm Beach before she got on the show. So that was her introduction to the show. So I want to know what y'all think about this whole situation. Was it Scott? Who was this person that put hands on her? And why was Sonja not being sensitive to this whole situation? I really want to know. Somebody let me know what y'all think down in the comments. But I want to get into this review of the Real Housewives of Potomac real quick. So we start the episode off with Candiace and Mr. Brown Peen talking about the situation with her mom, and we find out that Candiace's mom has popped her about the face with a pocketbook. Now, I'd have been smacked in the face by my mom when I was a kid, rolling my eyes at her at the kitchen table, and she could see me in the what y'all call it thing with the china cabinet or whatever everybody used to have. I don't know if people still have them in their home. Anyway, she saw me roll my eyes after she had told me to stop singing when I was at dinner, because I don't know why I was doing that, because I ain't a singer at all. But anyway, I was singing something and she told me to stop, and I rolled my eyes and next thing I know, I was seeing stars. But anyway, for Candiace to be getting popped by her mama with a pocketbook in public, that's a problem. That is a real big problem. Now, first of all, I gotta tell y'all, I like Candiace because, number one, when she first came on the show last year, she was the first person that we interviewed from that show when I was on AfterBuzz TV. So I got a special place in my heart for her, and you know, she's just a cool chick, it seems like. But at the end of the day, this relationship dynamic seems very, very unhealthy, and it is time for her to move out of that house. I think that one of the things that I was thinking about as I was analyzing the show after I watched it is one of the things I feel like she gets a lot of flack for, and I applaud her for being able to show this on the show, but I also feel like a lot of people feel a certain type of way about it, and I feel like it makes them want to drag her mom because they like her, right? But I don't want to drag her mom. I don't want to do that yet, because I feel like this. I feel like at the end of the day, they still have a loving relationship in some way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if you're from the South, and my assumption is Candiace is from the South, given that her mom lives in Atlanta, but I'm not sure. But I feel like when you're from the South, it's a family over everything situation. So whatever happens, it happens, and that's still your blood, that's still your family, that's still your relative. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of feel like, you know, it's really brave of them to put this on television, because I feel like she's taking center stage on this show this season, and I really like that for her. And I like the level of transparency that she's having. And I do think that watching this playback on the show is going to help her get to a better place in a more independent space. And I feel like she's going to need to do that in order to have the relationship with her mom that she ultimately wants to have. So I think the only solution here in this situation is for Candiace and why can't I remember his name? And Chris, because I like him too. Chris, y'all got to move out. Y'all got to move out of this townhouse. And the other thing that I wanted to say to you guys is something that I feel like we're not used to seeing is, and I don't think she's a trust fund baby, and I don't mean that to sound derogatory, but I think for a lot of us, particularly in the African American community, a lot of us are not used to seeing someone who is, after they've graduated from either college or high school, have their parents, still support them in such a way because they obviously are pretty affluent. You know what I'm saying? And even for a lot of us, even if you did grow up in upper middle class, you're still not being supported by your parents after a certain point in time. Now, I'm not knocking her for that because I feel like whatever your blessing is, that's your blessing. But at a certain point in time, that blessing can also be a curse, because I feel like also it gives her mom free reign to kind of control things in a way that maybe she wouldn't normally if Candace cuts those strings. So Candace, from me to you, please move out of that house ASAP right now. The next thing I want to talk about is the walk with Gizelle, Ashley, and Robin. I'm looking down in my notes right here. It was just messy. Gizelle has turned into the new charade. I love Gizelle, and she definitely does her job as a housewife by spreading the news. But dang, that was a messy old conversation. Everything from what Ashley had been talking about, what Candace had been talking about to Gizelle came out. She just threw Candace right under the bus. Literally threw her under the bus. All episode, actually. And speaking of buses and things of that nature and things that you can drive or own, Gizelle, this house, it looks like a house of horrors. Maybe I don't know much about real estate, but to me, that house looked like a lot of work. And if Robin and her mom couldn't rehabilitate this small house, it makes me a little bit afraid for you. And they haven't done that in 10 months. So I'm hoping that you're hiring somebody who is very well versed in home development, because I feel like that's going to be a major task. However, I do feel like I see potential in it, and I think that if she gets the right people to help her, I feel like it could be the most amazing home. Now, I want to say this about Monique's photo shoot. Bomb. A lot of y'all say, I have some people say that y'all feel like I am team Monique on everything. I am. I like her for some reason. I feel like she's a real down-to-earth chick. Also, she is friends with one of my really good friends as well. So I'm kind of partial to her, and I try to judge her objectively, but I also want to say that I genuinely like her. I mean, I don't feel like there's anything to dislike. I feel like I like her intentions. I like how she handled the conversation with Candace. She did get in a dig about Candace's relationship with her mom, but I can see why she said it. And I felt like I loved that conversation with Monique and Candace, because I felt like it was an intense friend-to-friend conversation. There was no shade, but there were moments. You understand what I'm saying? There were deep moments that I actually kind of like. This is why I like watching housewives shows like this, because I felt like it was very, very real. I felt like Monique came to the table and basically laid it out there. I feel like Candace, I don't know that she really owned her part in it as much, because the flashback kind of said something different, but I felt like I liked the way that they both expressed themselves. And I like that little flashback though, because we didn't see that moment where Monique told Candace that she was turning into Ashley, which I think is very, very important. Now, I don't have much to say about Robin and Juan, but this: get married. Do it next season. Get yourself a good storyline, girl. Do it. I like them together. I don't want to hear nothing else about them living in the same house and not being married, which you have a right to do, but I definitely think it's time. It's just time to just go ahead and do it, y'all. One, you have to get over the fact that Robin lost the money. There, I said it. It's out there. I mentioned it all. You have to get over that. And I think that I feel like I'm seeing that as time goes on, that he's getting over it slowly, because I feel like with her being on the show, she's able to really make a good income. Also, with her working on these projects, I feel like it's very good for her to become independent and become her own boss within her own right. So I think that he's probably appreciating seeing that and appreciating what she's adding back into the household. Now, I want to get to this whole dinner situation. I want to get to, I'm confused and perplexed by this whole situation with Michael and Ashley as it relates to Michael wanting to suck a sausage. Now, if Michael and Ashley were walking by and Robin and Chris and Candace all heard the same thing, then did Ashley hear it as well? Does Ashley, what do y'all think about this whole situation? Is Ashley in the know? Is she the beard in this situation? I gotta ask the question. Does she know more about this whole situation than she is letting on? You understand what I'm saying? And though it did not come to a head in this show, in this episode, like it's going to in the next episode, I kind of feel like, or did it come to a head? I can't remember because it was fight. The fight broke out and I was like, even though I had seen the previews like 10 times, I'm like, oh my, this is so fascinating. And the development that we did not know was that it was about somebody's husband. So my thought about it was, if Chris heard it and Robin is saying it's about one of their husbands, the only person in my mind that it could be, we got to think it's going to be Chris Samuels. It wasn't Chris that was there that was cooking. Gizelle not married. Giselle's not married at this point. So, and I doubt he was talking about Jamal Bryant. That leaves one, but Robin is hearing this and she's telling the story, and I felt like she might be a little bit more aghast about it. So my only thought is that it's Chris Samuels. Like, who else could it be at this point? Because I doubt it's Ray. Listen, I mean, this is no harm and no foul to Karen and Ray, but I just don't think it was Ray. I don't think it was Ray. So my guess is that it has to be Chris Samuels. Or Juan. To me, the logical choice in this situation is either Juan or Chris, any of the Chris's. So by elimination, it has to be Chris Samuels. And then I wonder, is it gonna come out this season? Because nobody seems to want to spill the beans about who it is. And then I need to hear about when this whole situation with Katie is gonna come to a head, about everybody talking about how she looked like a slave, because they are going off on Instagram about it. And I want to see this thing come. And I need Katie to be at that reunion, because Katie sat there the entire dinner tonight silent. And I wanted her to be the Marlo in this situation and start to bring some sparks, but ain't nothing happened. So I want to know what y'all think about this whole situation. Let me know down in the comments. Is Michael gay? Did he really say he wanted to suck the sausage? Y'all let me know down in the comments what y'all think. And are y'all Team Ashley or Team Candiace on this one? I don't know. I need to continue to see how this situation plays out. But anyway, that's all we got for y'all today. Let me know what y'all think about all of these stories. Comment down below. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell button. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at DJRichieSkye if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next video.